Okay, great.
Sounds good.
Public comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sheryl?
Okay, thanks. Great job, everyone. All right, so I do have a couple things. Last time I was on Zoom, I asked for the water modeling. No, sorry, go back. I'm so tired. I asked for the Baby Warden Sewer District personal policy to be uploaded, and Jesse did it, and I want to say thank you, Jesse. So now I want to move on and say, can you upload the ID Warren? Because in 6 months, when somebody mentions ID Warren, I'll go, what is that? And I'll need the website to go back and refresh my memory. So, Allie, is that something that can go up on the website saying, like, its own category called ID Warren? Also, wait a minute. I also would like to know if Kyle's letter on water modeling that I got through Freedom of Information, can that, I know it's a draft, but can that go up on the website? And third, I have a third request. The last board used to have all correspondence, every letter sent to you guys on the website under the category correspondence. And then they took it off. And I really was not happy when they took it off. I thought that was the end of transparency. You know, okay, we don't want anybody to see these letters. So I'm asking for, you can add it as a agenda item next month. Or discuss it now, whatever you want. But my request as a paying member is that there be a category on the website called correspondence. And that would be like Mr. Lee's letter, because as a customer, I don't know what Mr. Lee wrote. I don't know what Mr. Lee said, but that's an example was what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I have three things for the website. And that is ID Warren, Kyle's draft on the water modeling, and the correspondence.
I'm not sure what you're talking about when you say Kyle's draft and water modeling. Do you mean what we're looking at for option F?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I just got.
Okay, let's start with ID Warren. It's ID Warren, W-A-R-N. And all it is a membership. And what we can do on the website is to say that we are a member of ID Warren, and we can provide the link to, if they want to look at it further, we can say, click here to see what ID Warren is all about.
Perfect.
Okay.
As long as you have something called, what, ID Warren?
Warren, W-A-R-N.
Warren.
Yeah.
Then it needs to be on the website identifying what it is.
That's fine. We can put a link.
Okay, now Kyle's draft.
Okay, Kyle's draft, I have no problem of putting it up once we decide on it. Right now, Sheryl, there has not been any decision. We have asked Kyle to go ahead, and what he presented as option F to give us the detail and the cost. So we don't even have it at this point. I don't have any problem putting it up once it's presented and we act on it.
Okay.
But we don't have it now.
That's fair.
I don't think we should be putting it up until we if we go ahead and move forward with option F, is that we have to have a public hearing, and then we can
Right.
do that at that time.
Okay, that's fair. And what about a category called correspondence?
Well, I don't know. Are you still there, Caitlin? Because some correspondence, I think, is, there's legal issues to some of it.
Yeah,
In fact, I don't know.
I don't think every letter goes on. Certainly not mine to you.
Oh, no, not.
I understand.
The thank you letters.
Yeah, I understand what Ms.
no.
David's saying, and just an overall transparency, and like if you got public comment on something ahead of time, it could be included in your packet. Just going forward. Now we got that late, and Jesse sent that to us. So had it been in earlier, it could have been something just included in your packet, which would be on your website and published, so that's not a problem.
Well, there's a letter recently from a Mr. Hansen wrote the board. That would be an example of something I see should go up on the website as correspondence.
No.
That's an example.
And the board's probably familiar with what you're talking about. I am not. I think there are some that could, but it's gonna be I can't be categorically just because there are some things that are exempt from the Public Records Act for disclosure.
Yeah, so how that happened last time is that it was causing a lot of conflict and animosity amongst the public, and people weren't wanting their letters published. There was also instances where newspapers were contacting us, and also people who were writing letters to the district and contacting those people as well.
Yeah. I understand that.
But that was a very tumultuous time.
Hold on, can I finish?
Yeah.
It started to become a real big area of conflict, and customers were getting really upset with the district as well because they felt like it was a letter from them to the board, and it was something that hadn't been decided. It was supposed to be a letter of consideration for the board, and then for the board to discuss amongst themselves before any decisions were made. And they felt like before decisions were even made between the customer and the board, that it was being publicized, and newspaper articles were contacting them. And it became a really big area of contention.
So Cheryl, what is your reasoning for wanting to see the letters?
Well, because I'm very involved, and obviously, I want to see everything. I put public requests in all the time. So yeah, if I knew there was a letter from Chris Hansen to the board, I would want to see it. Of course, Chris Hansen happened to CC me, but that was just because it happened. But yeah, I would want to know what Chris's interest is, and I would like to know what Mr. Lee's interest is in the multifamily. So, to answer the question is, I'm very involved. And I guess I want to know. I don't want to be on the board. I just want to know.
You always have a right to make a public record request, and then we can act on it. And if it's something that we need to ask Caitlin about, we don't feel comfortable that for any reason, then we would tell you, I'm sorry, it's not available through public record request. But I'm not for putting every letter out. We can't.
Okay, well, I was just looking for a category that is correspondence, and what you feel comfortable with, you can put up, and what you don't, you don't. And but I guess I liked when the letters were up there, but I know the board took them down, and I know why they took them down, because they didn't like being attacked, and those were attack letters. But at the same time, it was transparency. So I thought they were wrong to take them down. That's just my opinion. Okay, let's move on. I'm just letting you know how I feel, so you have it. Question for Jesse. Cape Horn. You guys referenced some big bill. Colleen said, you certified a letter to him. Was this have to do with water or sewer? This Cape Horn person that you certified the letter because he hasn't paid money yet. Is this water or sewer?
No, this isn't. So it's not user fees. There was a water line break that happened due to construction on his property. He tore up one of our main water lines and drained one of the tanks, and there was repairs.
Yeah, I remember now. But
yeah.
I remember I think somebody brought up the question, can you turn off his water? And then you said, well, the resolution doesn't say you can turn off water for non-payment, the resolution says, but it doesn't really extend to extenuating circumstance like this one. So
that's right. And I have corrected that in the new ordinance. I've made very sure that we have that right, but at this point we do not. Our old ordinance did not provide for that, Cheryl.
So
the good news is if all else fails, then we are able to certify it to the property tax roll as a lien against this property.
So you cannot. So are you? If you included it, Colleen, in the new ordinance, and let's say you go to the public hearing and everything gets the T's crossed, I's dots. Can you then take this person and say, we're going to shut off your water?
Caitlin, as I would understand it, because his costs were incurred before a resolution ordinance was in place, that we cannot instill a new rule on a previous action.
Retroactively, you're correct.
Oh, very great. I didn't know that. Great answer. Just feedback I want to give you on Jess Getz. It's been going on over a year and a half, Just Gets. You know that. I was there the day Just Gets came into the meeting and discussed this. And I'm just telling you my opinion. You guys should meter all his houses. To me, it's not like anybody else. Every house in Bayview has a meter. Why doesn't Just Gets have a meter on all his homes? I'm just telling you my opinion. It's a year and a half is a long time, and I know it's a cost to you, but I guess these houses should be metered. They're homes.
There are multiple.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you my opinion. I don't get it why you're not metering each of the houses.
It's complicated.
Yeah, I've heard the discussions. Some of them went on 45 minutes, but you're not getting anywhere. I guess my point is, it was interesting. Last meeting, Just Gets was so amicable and friendly to Jesse, and everybody thought he was a happy person. I remember Jesse saying how great he was, and then all of a sudden now this happens. It's just getting to a point where I'm just telling you, I'm giving you feedback. That's it. You are in the chair, the seats to do this. I'm just giving you one person's opinion. Just wanted to say I would be, if I was on the board, I'd say, can we give him a meter on each house like everybody else? Okay, let me move on because I know somebody wants to watch a game. I want to just make sure I get all my questions in. Okay, wait a minute. Sorry. Cooch, this one's for you.
Okay.
What's your timeline? Yesterday's meeting with Kyle, you're going to put a meter and you're going to test water loss or water pressure. I don't remember it now, but I do remember you said you were going to put a meter. Maybe it was at the junction somewhere from the tank. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, but we can't just do something like that without engineering approval because that's a material change. We'd have to talk to Kyle would have to come up with some kind of a plan on there. It's not just something we can put above ground because it's winter time.
Oh, got it.
Something requires expense and time and planning.
Okay, so you're on that though. You're totally.
Well, yeah, as far as we can go, it would require that could be quite a bit of money, so we'd want to deal with a board on that. I can certainly talk with Kyle about it further, but that would probably involve a board decision with the amount of money that would be involved in something like that.
Right. Yesterday, everybody thought that was a good idea that you do that. That's what I heard. Everybody really liked that idea. So I was just.
I want to say something, Sheryl. That was right, but we were speaking in terms of looking at how to go forward with the total project, not specifically doing one little thing. And we haven't even decided which way we're going to go on those lines at this point. So you can't, I just want to clarify, we were not talking about just doing that one specific thing.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I took it as that Cooch was going to start this pretty soon or something and get.
No.
Okay, it's part of the engineering, the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Well, great. I'm done, but great job. I mean, Colleen, on getting the resolution done. I mean, thank you so much for that, and the part-time job description. Thank you for that, and really, everything else.
All right.
So thank you.
All right. We like good feedback.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right.
Okay.
Take a motion to adjourn then.
So move.
Yes.
I motion that we adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
All right. All in favor?